This is O'Neill Outside presents Realtree Radio. Welcome to the program, everyone. This is O'Neill. It's 4:06 a.m. on a Saturday morning. We have a lot of things to do to cover this morning, and I hope you'll be able to join us. It's 6 minutes after the hour, and we're going to have the radio prize package, the Words of Wisdom from Woman Williams, the Silent Hero Award, the Medal of Honor, and so many more things. And, of course, what runs the program is your calls. So we hope that you'll join us. Telephone numbers are 404-872-0750, 404-872-0750, or outside the Atlanta calling area, over 38 states with WSB and the SB Nation Radio. The number is 800-972-8255, 800-972-8255, and we hope you'll join us this morning. It is the number one live outdoor-based radio talk show in the world, and it is that because you guys listen, ladies and gentlemen, and we do indeed appreciate that. So there you are. And so if you'll plan on being in touch with us, I have my screen operating here regularly this week. You remember last week I couldn't see it very well, had to use my glasses. But that's all right. You give us a call. Springtime fishing is over. It's summertime fishing now. And you have to change, and we have some recommendations about, except for brim. You got brim right now in shallow waters. They bed during the month of June and into July, and you can catch them, and that's the second or third best tasting table fish in North America is the brim. Sunfish. Isn't it interesting that a largemouth bass is a sunfish? A largemouth bass is not a bass. Striper is a bass. So, it's amazing the number of things that you learn. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. This is O'Neill with Realtree Radio. For 2 hours on Saturday morning. Woman Williams is here. Brian and Karen Green are in the studio in Peachtree City. And Jason Byers is in Atlanta, and we've got quite a conglomeration of wires all throughout the room. And if you'll help me, I'll clean out my desk sometime this week. This is O'Neill. We'll be back. 4-872-0750, 800-972-8255. Before we get away into something more scheduled, if you're in the Atlanta area, in the southeast indeed, you owe yourself a trip to a place called the Governor's Gun Club. It's in Kennesaw, Georgia, and I did a show there the other day. Let me tell you something. That is the state-of-the-art sports shooting facility in the United States. There's nothing like it. Indoor skeet, trap, 5-stand, 300-yard rifle positions, 32 pistol lanes. It's open to the public. We've got a terrific restaurant. They cook on the Big Green Egg. You owe yourself a trip to the Governor's Gun Club. It's in Kennesaw, Georgia. Secondly, before we end up without self-promotion, if you look on Facebook right now, you'll see a book called O'Neill Outside, 65 Years in the Outdoors, People and Places Along the Way. And you can purchase this by going to o'neilloutside.com. It's right there on the home page. Just click on it. I wrote it for you guys. I think you're going to love it. It's got recipes in it from Big Green Egg and stories about people and places that I've met along the way. So if we can rustle up Woman Williams for a minute and Jason can get ready, we will have Words of Wisdom from Woman Williams, and I think here she is.
Here I am.
Yeah, here you are.
Here I am. How are you this morning?
I slept terrific for the 5 hours. 4 hours I slept.
I'm just thrilled to death to hear that because I did not.
We've got to get you solved on that deal.
Yeah, one of these days we will.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in the meantime.
All right.
Now you're going to have to listen to this one.
I always do.
You got to think about it.
Always do.
It
takes me a minute,
one.
but I always do. All right.
The roundest night at King Arthur's Round Table was circumference. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
Okay. Thieves who steal corn from a garden could be charged with stalking.
Gosh,
You never
you know
know.
why?
The math professor went crazy with the blackboard. He did a number on it. And then I'm going to do one more, and then I can throw this piece of paper away.
Okay.
Um, the professor discovered that his theory of earthquakes was on shaky ground. So there you are.
Are those through with
you pla-
those?
Yep, that was the
The
last
one I
one.
liked, I think one of the best ones was last week or the week before, and it was I couldn't figure out how this baseball was getting bigger until it
Until
hit
it
me.
hit me. Yeah. Well, my favorite one
Okay.
is the short fortune teller who escaped from prison was a small, medium, at large. You just
Well, you
kinda
got to have something to laugh at
think of it.
when you're stuck. When you're stuck in a job that you have to get up at 2:30 on Saturday mornings, you got to have
Yeah.
some fun.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
that we do.
We would. I would love to hear from you guys. I need a new fishing spot. I've got plenty of great fishing spots. I've been fortunate enough in what I do to go to an awful lot of places and witness and have some great fishing trips. But why not something new? I've been to Santee Cooper for fabulous catfish, probably the best in the world. To Costa Rica, to Canada, to the Gulf Coast for tarpon and all that. But I need a new fishing spot. Tell me your favorite. 404-872-0750 or 800-972-8255. Have you seen the new edge pattern camo from Realtree? Every time they do this, I think, how can they improve it? I mean, it's great camo, and then you get this new edge pattern, and lo and behold, it's better. And maybe it's just their advertising is better. I don't know, but it really is sharp. This edge pattern. So it's 16 after the hour. You want to start the radio prize package? Give this stuff away. Now we had a fellow a couple of weeks ago
Let me
who
find it.
didn't get his prize package soon enough. He didn't wait long enough. It takes sometimes 2 or 3 weeks to put the package together and get it to you, and he misunderstood that. He wasn't complaining. He just didn't get it yet. Because there's several new issues of magazines that go in the prize package. So sometimes Allison has to wait till the new issues come out. So anyway, we have the radio prize package, and at 17, almost 18 after the hour, let's do that. What do you say?
Okay. Yeah.
Rules?
It takes a few weeks to get all that stuff together, and we try to remember to tell people to give us a few weeks on that because it's not going to come out the next day. That's for sure.
No, it's going to be 3 weeks usually.
But there's
before
nothing
you
wrong
get it.
with being in touch and letting us know if you don't get it. We need to know that.
Absolutely.
As long as you're nice. You have to be nice. If you're not, you might not get it at all. Did that sound like a threat?
It does.
I didn't mean for it to. Okay. You must be 18 years old or older to win the prize package. And if you won a prize package in the last year, then let's let someone else have this one.
Please
and
do.
you can get a Fire Aid fire suppressor, a $25 gift certificate from Bass Pro Shop, a Bojangles gift card. I think it's a $10 one, and a bag. But I'm not sure what the bag is. I think it's a little bag that you carry food in, like reusable
Right.
kind of thing. I think that's what it is. A voucher for a Swaggerty's Farms product, a Georgia DNR Regulations magazine, a hat, a keychain, and a Game Check wallet keeper. A bottle of Big Green Egg barbecue sauce, a Realtree hat and decal combo, a Data Sport forecaster and moon phase clock, the latest edition of Angler Magazine, Dude Magazine. 2 cans of Fisher's Choice baits, 2 packages of Bug Band wipes, and a Bug Band wristband.
Yes.
Boy, the mosquitoes and stuff have been bad this year. You have
I
to wear
haven't-
those things all the
I
time.
haven't been
True
bitten
Turn
yet.
lures and a package of hooks. Thunder Chicken by Captain Mark Noble. And a Thorough Goods Boots hat. A Thorough Good Boots
Right,
hat.
got a box of them over
Got
there.
a whole
They're
box.
good hats.
Yep. And that's about it.
That's enough.
Yeah.
And I just noticed I did this in this segment, and I wasn't supposed to, but it really doesn't matter. This question is too easy, I understand.
Why does it matter?
I don't know. I got nervous.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have enough to talk about. The telephone numbers are 404-872-0750, or outside the Atlanta calling area and on the SB Nation Radio Network, it's 800-972-8255. This is too easy. It'll be too quick, but that's okay. I don't care.
Okay.
Last week, we talked very selfishly about how long Gail and I have been married. How many years is that? We celebrated an anniversary 2 weeks ago on June the 19th. Almost had the wrong date.
Houston
Houston
knows.
knows
And,
that-
and you said how long we have been married. How many years have we been married?
Yeah, this is years, not
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be able to figure it out. So, but anyway, we're ahead of ourselves, and I'm sure the calls will be coming in. I hope I understand how to work this screen today. They changed screens on us.
There's nothing like new technology.
404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. The SB Nation from California and Sacramento and L.A., Houston, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Columbus, St. Louis, and all over the country, 126 SB Nation stations. And there's the calls coming in right now. Some people, even they must think they know, because that question is too easy. I'm going to come up with a really hard one next week. So you better pay attention to this show if you want to be able to win the radio prize pack. Radio prize package next week. Next week,
Yeah.
it's going to
Yeah.
be a pair of Thorogood boots.
You can give away a pair
A pair of boots. That's like a $300 boots. Okay, this
I
is
might
O'Neill.
try
We'll
for
be back.
that.
Welcome back. We have our question answered, so you can call on other things, but the answer is there. We're going to get to that in a moment. But I was wondering, we were just, Gail and I were just chatting about vacation spots, trips that you take with your family, places that you go. We're very fortunate, all of us, and you can, to be able to go to places to get away, to change life's humdrum there for a little bit. And I suppose the best vacation spot when our children were small was to go to Florida to the beach. The best vacation spot for the two of us, we're very fortunate. I used to fly a lot. So I had most of that was Eastern Airlines, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Eastern
in the
Airlines.
beginning.
So I had lots and lots and lots of points for Eastern Airlines flights. And we used to fly to Maui. We used to go to Maui, and I can tell you, I haven't been all over the world. I won't get to. I'm too old. But I got to tell you, if there's a more paradisiac spot than Maui in the Hawaiian Islands, I certainly don't know where it is. What do you think?
I think it's a great place.
You bet. Great place. So I'd love to hear where you go. And this, I tell you what, the in Alabama, all Georgia, all across the United States, the Department of Natural Resources, state parks and recreation, those government facilities, they got some fabulous cabins and places for the family, very inexpensive. And we've stayed. We went to Seminole and stayed in the state park down there, didn't we?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fabulous.
That was over. Actually, that was over a Thanksgiving weekend. We did that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the prize package out of the way. It's 27 after the hour. This is O'Neill with O'Neill Outside presents Real Tree Radio, and the question was from last week's broadcast: how many years have Woman Williams and I been married? And I'm going to click on that button right there and find out who I'm talking to. Who is this, sir?
This is Jennifer.
Well, good morning. You must
Good
listen
morning.
to the program.
We do.
I'm glad, because it just won you a prize package. that'll take us a couple of weeks to get to you. So the answer to the question is,
53 years.
boy, it's been a long time. Yeah, 53 years. And you heard that by listening to the show last week, did you not?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. It was fortunate. It's worthwhile getting up this morning. Are you at work, at home, on the way in, on the way out? What do you do?
I'm on the way to work. My husband and I, we own a restaurant.
Oh, good for you. Do you mind telling me where it is and what it is?
It's the Roystonian Restaurant in Royston, Georgia.
In Royston?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we'll have to drop by and give it a try.
Well, good deal. Come on. We'll be glad to have you.
Good deal. All right, if we have all your information, and it was worthwhile that you get up to go to work this morning, you got quite a prize package, and I appreciate your participation in the program.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet. Good day. Have a good one. And, yeah, these
You
people
too.
are,
Bye-bye.
you bet. These people are working. They got a restaurant they work at.
Shoot,
It's
that's
a full-time job.
Oh, yeah. That
Yeah.
really.
Talk about full-time jobs. That's full-time job.
Mhm.
Yeah. I remember there was, anyway, a couple of places that years ago I used to stay in a little motel down in South Alabama when I was in the food business. And I asked the owner, this was in God knows what little town, and he told me he wore a pistol on his side. He said, it's a full-time job.
Mhm.
It's 80 hours a week right here.
Oh gosh,
It's
yeah.
12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anyway, there you are. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. What's your best vacation spot? Yes,
But
ma'am.
that just made me think about the. We had to drive to. I believe we went to Oklahoma to see one of your advertisers, and
Oh,
on the
yeah.
way back we stopped in. Where's Elvis from?
I don't know, Memphis.
No,
We stayed somewhere in
that little-
Mississippi, wasn't it?
that little town where he was. Tupelo, thank you.
Tupelo, yeah,
Tupelo.
thank you, ma'am.
We stopped in Tupelo, Mississippi, to spend the night,
Mhm.
and this was, I guess that's just off the expressway or something, and the little town. But we stayed in this. I think it was one of the first 2 nights this hotel. I believe a Comfort Inn had been open. It was extremely nice, and we got hungry, so we decided to go down into the little town of Tupelo to eat. And we had. Do you remember what horrible service we had everywhere we ate? It was. I mean,
On that
it was
trip, everywhere we
horrible.
ate was the first day that waitress was working.
Yeah, or something.
Or the
And, I mean,
cook.
it was. I mean, even well, that place where everybody eats breakfast.
Yeah.
I won't say the name. I mean, even in there, we had a bad experience. So we finally go into this town, and there's 2 places to eat, and one of them is just full of cars. So we decided we didn't want to wait that long. But next door, there was just a little bitty restaurant, little hole in the wall. And we thought, well, we might as well just, go in there.
We're
Because we know
hungry.
we're hungry. We're going to this is going to be horrible. And we walked in and told the guy what had been happening. And he said, well, you won't be having that experience in here. And really didn't elaborate over it anymore. And I'm telling you, that is one of the most fabulous restaurants. I believe it was a 5-star restaurant.
I believe so, too.
It was unbelievably good, and I wish I knew the name of it because it would be worth going back again.
It would be. As a matter of fact, that was a young lady looked after us.
Yes.
Okay. And she told us what we needed to order.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
She said, this is what you need to order.
And so we did.
And we did, and it was great.
It was fabulous.
That was one of those, I'm not going to throw any rocks, but I had arranged a meeting with a sponsor in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I had called the day before. We all set. I'll be there tomorrow. Or whatever the day was I was going to be there. Okay, we're confirmed. And you and I drove to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And when we got there, the guy was gone.
Yeah. Somebody wasn't happy,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Yeah, we were not happy. I was not happy.
Yeah, but boy, that food in that restaurant sure made up
that's
for
good.
a
We
whole
made a
lot
good
of
trip
things.
out of it anyway. 32
great.
after the hour.
If anybody happens to know what the name of that restaurant could have possibly been, and this has been 20 years ago, I doubt it's still
it
there.
was at
but
least 20, at
yeah,
least 20 years
but it
ago.
was just truly a little hole in the wall. Just one of those things. Oh,
But while I have a chance to get to it at 32 after the hour, we're supposed to remind everyone in Atlanta to pick up a Sunday Atlanta Journal-Constitution for in-depth news coverage and $263 in coupons.
I think that's amazing.
The,
And they work too if you remember to give them to the cashier
you
when you go through the
the
checkout line.
millennials who live in the cities now
Mm-hmm.
probably don't recall, at least Atlanta, because there used to be a morning paper and an afternoon paper.
The Atlanta Constitution was in the morning. The Atlanta Journal was in the afternoon.
That's right. Now all you do is just look at your phone.
And the motto was the Atlanta Journal covers Dixie like the dew.
Yes.
D-E-W, like the dew.
Do.
That's right.
Okay. It feels early, but it's not. It's time for you to pay attention to your food plots, and this is back into the connection that the controversy, if you will, the issue about baiting for white-tailed deer on private lands all over the state. Now you still can't bait for white-tailed deer on the wildlife management areas, but private land you can now. I'm not in favor of that because I'm in favor of the hunt. But a food plot's a different thing. Now, some people split hairs on that sort of thing and say, hey, you're feeding the animals by putting in a food plot. I mean, you're feeding the animals just like putting out a row of corn. No, you're not. You're not doing that. Anyway, we'll talk about that. So, hey, here's our old buddy. We've got time to talk to him, I believe. Let's talk to our old buddy, Milton Crabapple. Good morning, Milton.
O'Neill?
Yes, sir.
Milton Crabapple.
Yeah, yes, sir.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing really good. I woke up early, and I'm ready to make radio for a little while.
Well, that sounds good to me. You're coming in loud and clear up in Crabapple.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that, too. How's life at the jail?
Listening to you, coming in over WCRB radio. Yes, sir. Anyhow, you was talking about this vacation thing.
Yes.
Going on a good vacation or a bad vacation. I'll tell you, in one of the worst places me and Ma Crabapple ever stayed.
Okay.
Now, we was driving, I believe it was somewhere up in North Tennessee. It's been a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
And it commenced to pouring down rain on us. I mean, it was raining so hard you couldn't see how to drive. Ma Crabapple said, well, we best find a place to spend the night. We'll finish the trip tomorrow. We can't drive in this rain. I said, you're right. I said, so we drove on about a mile up the road, and there was an exit up there, and there was a sign up there that said, Adult Motel.
Oh, boy.
Well, we didn't have no kids with us, so we figured that'd be a good place to stay.
Okay.
Well, we stopped in there, and I went in and went up to the desk and told the fella, I looked around, I said, me and Ma Crabapple want to get a room. He said, have you got reservations? I said, looked around, I said, well, to tell you the truth, I do, but we need a place to stay, so I reckon we'll stay here. So
Okay.
he gave us the key to the room, and we went down there, and I opened the door to go in that room. I'm telling you something, that was the strangest place I've ever been in my life.
Oh, my
O'Neill.
goodness. Hey, Milton, I want to know, if you can stick around for a few minutes, I want to know about the adult motel. Can you hold on for a minute? I've got to go to a break.
I reckon so.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. There we are. There's the music. That means O'Neill can start talking again. It's 40 minutes after the hour. We have a few minutes here that I want to conclude and find out the story that Milton is telling. So I'm going to reintroduce Milton Crabapple. And he and Ma Crabapple have stopped at a place on a trip not long ago, and it was called the Adult Motel. So you can't leave us there, Milton. You need to tell us more about that.
Well, anyhow, like I was saying, we got us a room. That was a strange place, O'Neill.
Okay.
To start with, when we walked into the room, the first thing I noticed was the mirror. Now, the mirror weren't on the wall where it normally is. It was up on the ceiling.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You ever tried to shave laying down? I'm telling you something. That was awful. I went to brush my teeth the next morning and might near drowned it. Yes, sir. Dude said it was a good thing we didn't turn on the TV.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
But anyhow, if you ever see that place, don't ever book a vacation in that place.
Oh, I guess
Oh,
not.
sure.
That was an unusual thrill for you and Ma Crabapple, wasn't it?
No, there weren't no thrill to it at all.
Oh,
No, sir.
the adult
I couldn't
motel.
straighten my neck up for a month. But anyhow, I just wanted to touch in with you this morning. You was talking about places you stayed, and I
Well,
wanted to tell you that story.
And I do appreciate that. That's an unusual experience for sure.
Well, I went fishing yesterday, too.
Oh, you did? What happened?
Went down on the Chattahoochee River.
Okay.
Caught 4 nice stripers,
Oh.
me and a couple other fellas.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's about all there was to it.
Oh. Did you take them home and cook them?
No, sir.
Oh.
Well, one fella took one of them home, but, I got a bunch of fish in the freezer.
I see.
I don't like to overdo it. When I get
No.
down low, I'll keep some more.
There you go. Well, a striper's is a good table fish. And
It's a good one, yes, sir.
I want
Well,
to...
anyhow, I just want to touch in with you, so stop by the jail if you get a chance. We'll finish that game of checkers.
I will do, but I'm going to invite you again, please, for you to join us on our trip down to Louisiana
Well, I'll be there.
in October.
I'm going to be there. I've done got my name on the list.
Okay.
We
Okay,
catch a
I'll look
bunch of
forward to
fish
that,
down
sir.
there, don't we?
Pardon me?
I said we catch a bunch of fish down
Oh,
there.
man, yeah, and eat fresh fish for dinner every evening, huh?
That's true. That's true.
The only thing wrong with that place is that whiny New Orleans music.
And I'll tell you, they spice that stuff up, too. You have to be careful with some of that food.
Yeah, okay.
That stuff
What a
will
great
set you on
place. I'm looking
fire.
forward to you being there, Milton.
I'll see you. I'll talk to you next week.
Mighty fine. I hope so. You have a great weekend, pal. 43 after the hour, 404-872-0758 972-8255. 43 after the hour. Yes, ma'am.
I just happened to think about something since you don't have anything else to talk about.
Okay.
We had a funny experience here yesterday afternoon. Well, for one thing, we had a storm and
Oh, boy, a big one,
knocked
yeah.
out the power for about 5 hours. We were on the generator.
Mm-hmm.
But every other week, we have some 2 ladies that come clean for us. And they both smoke, so they take a break periodically and they go get out in their car and just smoke a cigarette. And so I was sitting in the den, and all of a sudden my phone rings, and I look down, and it's my cleaning lady, and I'm thinking, what is this about?
Why,
she's
she-
at,
She's
I thought maybe she had left.
Yeah, she's 25 feet away in a car.
Yeah, she's just right outside the front door. And I answered the phone, and she said, Gail, there's a bear on your front porch. And they couldn't get back in the house because the bear, they were afraid to get out of the car. The bear had walked up from behind the house up to the porch, and then she was parked next to O'Neill's truck. And the bear went behind the truck, and she couldn't tell if it was actually still on the porch or if it had taken a walk and gone down by the waterfall. So I had to go get O'Neill, and he brought out his firearm, and we scattered around the house and finally decided that the bear had gone off into the woods. But it was, it just shows you. I mean, we live up here in the wilderness. You just never know.
Yeah, we moved
That was
in
the
on
middle
him.
of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be the middle of the day yesterday. That was what, like 3 in the afternoon?
Yeah, I would say.
He should be taking a nap.
Yeah,
at 3
resting
in the
up.
afternoon.
Mhm.
That or he's really hungry.
Well,
That or he's just really hungry.
they've eaten all the blackberries.
Yeah, they're gone. All the blackberries are gone.
Yeah, we never got a shot at them.
No.
But I thought that was kind of fun. It's quite a story to.
I can't come in. There's a bear.
Can you come to the door
Yeah.
and let me in?
That's right. Our little place up here in the mountains is next to the Dawson Forest, which is a wildlife management area, and it is it's home to the biggest bears in Georgia, at least. The last record bear from, I think it was during last year's season, was in the territory of 780 pounds. So there's some whoppers up here, and there's lots of it. We see a bear every day. If you're every day, you see a bear
And
wandering around.
let me qualify something. You did go get your gun, but that was
Yes.
because you didn't know what we were. We didn't know what that bear was doing because it's not supposed to be out, especially not on the front porch.
Yeah.
You know, we've never had an issue with one trying to harm anybody.
No.
But you just don't ever know.
I think they're gentle.
Well,
they,
yeah,
they
until
look
they
gentle.
They look gentle until they claw
Except
your
maybe
face
with
off.
each other. Huh?
Yeah, claw your face off.
Yeah, that's right. So, all right. It's almost 47 after the hour. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. I'd love to hear about some of your great trips. I know the trips that we've taken, Georgia State. I'm going to go to next 2 weeks. I'm going down to Crooked River State Park. It's the Crooked River, way down in southwest Georgia, along the Altamaha River. Is that the Altamaha? I think it is. And oh man, what a beautiful place. The cabins are on a cliff overlooking the river. And I'm going to go down to with Jimmy Johnson and go shark fishing. Now, if you've never done that sort of thing, let me tell you something. If you're not insistent upon fishing for billfish, marlin, stripers, things of that nature, game fish, I can tell you that if you could visit with Jimmy Johnson, he's a guide there out of Amelia Island, and what you do, the technique is you follow the shrimp boats with heavy tackle, and you signal, and they say it's okay for you to follow the boat, and you pull up alongside behind the nets, and you make a cast into the tail race water, if you will, behind the boat, the wake, and you will hook a shark every cast. There's not a single cast that you will make that you will not hook up a 60 to 100 pound shark up to, the black tips at about 100 pounds. It is a blast. So, all right, so here's a call here at 48 after the hour. This is O'Neill, and this is Jeremy. Did I get him a little early? I'm sorry. And there's Jeremy calling. Good morning, Jeremy. Where are you calling from, sir?
Good morning, O'Neill. How you doing?
Lovely.
I'm from Bethlehem, Georgia.
Okay.
My question this morning is a couple of buddies of mine, we're on a hunting lease out in Washington County, and we just come about a four-wheeler this year. We bought a new four-wheeler, and we've always walked into the stand, and I was just curious about how far would you say you can drive in on a four-wheeler to your hunting spot, or do you need to stay like a good ways away from your hunting spot, or how far about yards would you say?
Oh, you mean about where you park the four-wheeler before you get to the stand?
Yes, sir.
As much as you can stand, it would be better if you walked in. How many miles do you have to go?
We have about a 1,000-acre lease.
Uh-huh. Oh, what I would
We got
tell you
6
then,
trails, yeah.
I would tell you then, if you can, arrange a single spot to park the four-wheelers before you spread out and walk to the stands. O'Neill is overprotective about the smell and your scent.
Okay. Yes,
That's
sir.
the number one defense mechanism by the white-tailed deer, and you are correct in being concerned with that.
All right.
Because he can,
Well,
it tickles me when people say, well, nothing smelled to me. I didn't see anything running off. Well, he smelled you, a mile away. And he didn't like that smell, and he didn't come close. If it were not for the rutting activity, I think you'll agree, and I'll get you to comment, Jeremy. If it weren't for the rutting activity, you would never ever see a white-tailed deer.
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
Would you? Yeah, I mean, he would not be around ever to let his defenses down for you to be able to see him in a food plot or at a bait station or on a trail. So that's the number one. Do you wash your clothes in a scent-free wash like Cloak?
In a sense. Yes, sir.
I'll bet you do. I'll bet you're a good student of it. Did you have a good whitetail season last year on this piece of property?
We had a pretty decent. We have a size limit. We need to rules, and we didn't take a quality like a big buck, but we got a couple of does out of both of us. But we're hoping we got some good camera pictures this year.
Okay.
Some deer coming up, so we're hoping to get on some good ones this year.
Well, that's quite a project, and you're benefiting from it already, aren't you? It's more, isn't that fun?
Yes, sir, it is.
That is really fun. I mean, pulling the trigger on one is that, the hunt's over then. But all this other stuff that you're doing, that's fun. And get the kids involved if you can.
Oh yeah, yes, sir. We have a about to be 5-year-old. We're thinking about trying to get him out. He wants to go out and watch the deer and all that. Sit him in a ground blind.
Oh, that's terrific. That is terrific. And that you'll get a lifelong companion, and he'll be better for it.
Yes, sir.
For sure. Good question, and good luck to you.
I appreciate you answering. Thank you, sir.
You bet. I'll see you soon. Stay in touch. Stay in touch more often.
Okay.
There goes Jeremy. That's a good question. That's not just that's worthwhile conversation. How close do you get to the stand with your four-wheeler? Because believe me, the deer smell it. They smell the gasoline,
I wouldn't have thought
the
about
tires.
that, but that's true.
They smell it.
Sure.
That's why I'm saying maybe if you leave it in one spot every time, they get used to it. They're not smart enough to say, "Oh, well, the hunters are here. There's the four-wheelers. I smell them." Well, they can get used to that smell, and they will not find it unless somebody's sitting in it when they get shot. They will find that workable. It won't be offensive to them. So, but that's an awfully good question. He's having a lot of fun. Okay, 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. This is O'Neill with Realtree Radio. We'll be back. We've had 1 hour out of the way. Have you contacted us on Facebook this morning? Go to O'Neill Outside Facebook page and leave us a question, have a comment. If I can answer it for you, if you'd like to just talk about stuff, outdoors, fishing, hunting, whatever the case might be, or spending time with your family, it doesn't have to be a question. But before we get rid of this first hour or so on, let's talk to Richard. He's calling from West Virginia. Good morning, Richard. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm better than nothing.
Good for you.
When they had, I wanted to ask about what I called about, but I just wanted you hear the name Snellville all the time. Is there a history behind that? Just wonder how, just a really strange name. How do you get in? I think they have another one called Horsehead. Are there meanings behind those, or do you have any idea?
The family that I guess discovered the village, their last name was Snell, Snell.
Yep, Snellville.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Horsehead. Isn't there a Horsehead?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
Isn't there a little village or something called Horsehead?
Horsehead? I don't know about that.
Oh, never mind.
No, okay.
I don't know about that.
We have a little town called Social Circle.
Yeah.
I love that name.
I would too. Social Circle. Just names you just wonder how they got their meaning, but who came up with it. Okay, so the Snell is, all right, here's what I wanted to ask about. I see a lot of times what I'll do, I'll just get loaves of bread. I'll go out to the restroom when I'm there, and I'll get done. I'll just sit there and feed them bread. They're sparrows is what they are, and crows. Crows will come down and eat that bread up.
Yeah.
Is that just a regular part of their diet to eat that? Because even with the sparrows, you see the sparrows will take that bread and they'll go feed it to their babies.
Uh-huh.
Is that the part of is that a part? Just really strange. I didn't think that'd be a part of their diet, but apparently both of them, sparrows
Well,
and
they're
crows.
they're other than fresh meat, they're an omnivore, and anything that's seedy or anything of that nature that's small and nutritious, they'll wrap their little beaks around it. Richard, I'm glad you called, sir. You have a great weekend. I got to go to the break now, and I always appreciate you calling. This is O'Neill with O'Neill Outside. Another hour of outdoors headed your way.